Hello, everybody. Hayden Klein here from HK Digital Reviews, and I'm here with you today for a review of the new Backwash project, Deviancy. Now, is an artist I have been following for about the past month now after I heard the song Don't Come to the Woods, which impressed me a lot, and with the track Bad Juju that's also been on my iPod for quite some time now. And Backwash is more of an underground artist at the moment who's been, as of right now, releasing some music that is definitely more to her, I would say, Wiccan persona that she has going on at the moment. And I did look into her older music, and I can't exactly say I'm the biggest fan of her older stuff. Not, it's just that it doesn't really impress me. I do think there's a nice, unique quality to it still, but thankfully with tracks like Don't Come to the Woods and Bad Juju, I was definitely much more impressed and more thrilled with what was going on there. And after hearing Don't Come to the Woods, I was thinking to myself, is with a full length project or another EP, whatever she decides to come out with next, I'm kind of hoping that she sticks with this aesthetic that she has going on with Don't Come to the Woods, where it's kind of like more like, I would say in a way like primal almost, or kind of like, I don't know, dark, devious, but not like dark as in like, you know, overly aggressive or anything, but like dark with like its themes, its, spiritual threats that it has in it. I was kind of hoping that'd be more of the forefront and hope that the beats would kind of follow suit. Because for me, that track reminds me of like the rap version of a Zeal and Ardor song, where it's just, it's evil, has that kind of like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like it has like that weird, like almost like backwoods kind of feel to it in a way. So I was hoping for that aesthetic, but did she give that on this project? No, but I'm actually kind of glad that she did not do that, because instead, this project actually does show her diversity and versatility, which is pretty wide, I must say. And with these 8 tracks, like I said, that's what she does. Now, it starts off with the track Don't Come to the Woods, which I've said before. I've already reviewed that on my Instagram page, HK Digital Reviews. Go and follow that, please. And I just said how much I loved it. I love the bass behind it. I like how it's a little more simple. I like how she flowed over it. Again, really the only little negative I have about this song is I wish the verses that she had were a little longer. But even with the shorter verses that are on this track, it's still a pretty phenomenal song, and I've listened to it a bunch since then. Um, the next track is called Devil in a Mosh Pit, and this track, when I first heard it, when it was just a single, I didn't cover it, and I didn't really cover it because I didn't know how I felt about it. I kind of liked it, but I also thought it was a little messy. But the more I listened to it, the more I actually started to enjoy it. It was definitely her most raw song on this track. Definitely has a very gritty bass to it. Has a kind of like a '90s new metal feel to it actually. And I'm not talking about like new metal like Korn or Disturbed or like Slipknot like that, but kind of like, well, like the Judgment Night soundtrack. Honestly, that's exactly actually what the song sounds like it came from. It sounds like a B-side to that soundtrack. So that's it. Actually, kind of intrigued me honestly, and I do like the metal like sound to it. I do the gritty bass that's just throughout it is just very nice, very well done. And I do actually like the hook to this song. It's a little bit odd when you first hear it, but then when you listen to it again, there's a little bit of guitar melody in the background too going on that sounds pretty nice. So it's actually a pretty nice track, and it adds to it. We also have the track Bad Juju that shows up on here. Like I said again, I already reviewed that track. I like it a lot. Very aggressive. Has her hardest hook to date yet on it, or chorus actually I would say in this case. Phenomenal though. Absolutely love it. Not much more to say about it. Another highlight for me is the track Deviancy, which is the title track to this project, which I also enjoy quite a bit. And I love it because the beat and the production is so just like rough and gritty and edgy. It's just very nice. And the more I listened to it, I realized that it reminded me a lot of like a song that you would have heard from the Doom OST, I believe the 2016 version of that game, which was which is an incredible soundtrack. And this beat actually sounds like it came from that soundtrack. So I was very impressed with this. I like the sound of it. She sounds savage as ever on it. She's aggressive. She does exactly what she's supposed to do to make the track sound good, and I love it. It turns out to be a great track. Then we get to an interesting point of the album that at first I thought was a very sharp turn with the track "I Will Meet You by the River," which is actually about a 2 minute long interlude track that's oddly beautiful, and it just felt so weird placed on this album because it just didn't seem like it fit at all. But it does fit when it's paired with the track after that. You Like My Body for the Way It Is, which is easily her most personal track on this project, and it's very well done because it's showing her in a more I don't know how to say it, like in a more, I don't know, vulnerable. That's the word I'm looking for. A more vulnerable way, where she's just like saying she's not exactly happy with herself, and she's thinks that she's just not perfect, and that God put her in a body that doesn't belong to her. Because again, if you know Backwash's story, she is a transsexual female, so definitely I could imagine that probably would have problems looking from a female's point of view into a male's body. In the mirror, if you're looking in the mirror to seeing a male's body, you would probably feel pretty insecure about yourself. I wouldn't know, but that's just what I'm assuming about that. And she's basically saying how she's just very not unconfident with her body, but is like very appreciative that there is somebody who actually does like her or love her for the way she is, and not, think that she's ugly for any reason why whatsoever. And it's a very sweet song. It's a very nice song, to the point of like sad, because you honestly just do feel bad for what she might have gone through or what she is going through. It's just kind of like a track that just kind of speaks emotion, because the beat is simple. The soft synths in the background are pretty nice. They're not really like anything extravagant, which is nice. I actually think that this simplistic bass and everything is just needed to make this track shine even more. So I think it does add more emotion when you just hear her feel like she's like almost in pain in a way, with the way that she's um, vocalizing her lyrics. And it becomes honestly one of my favorite tracks on this project because of just how meaningful it really is to herself, and just kind of being okay with who she is. So it's a very nice track, a very touching track that I guess I just didn't expect to hear from her, but she knocked it out of the park with this track. So, and for highlights, that's basically it. There's only a couple tracks in here I have a problem with. The first one being Foundation and Face Tattoos. This track does not sound like it's supposed to be on here at all. And that's really one of the problems with this project, is that it doesn't flow that well, to be honest with you. The flow of it is a little rocky, because you go from Devil in the Mosh Pit, which is like this rock rap track, into this track that is a very more trap rap, pop rap inspired song, beat wise. It's a decent beat, decent melody still, and the lyrics also are more of the pop side too, with being like never being a rich bitch or stuff like that. Just kind of like showing off and things like that. It's a very unique track. How it just doesn't really fit that well with the rest of the album, or slash EP, whatever you want to call it. But I still do enjoy the track. I just wish it wasn't on this project. Maybe if it was on one of her past releases, it would fit better. On this project, that kind of has a more evil sense to it, and kind of thrown right in the middle, not like towards the end or towards like the track. You Like My Body the Way It Is. Since it wasn't near that, it just doesn't feel like it's in place really. And I guess that's really the only track that does flow off. But I guess like songs like Bad Juju 2 honestly probably don't flow as well. And Deviancy is a little bit hardcore as well compared to other tracks on here. I think Deviancy and Devil in the Moshpit actually fit together. But that's just me. It's a slight flow problem. It's not really that big of a deal. It's not like it's all over this place. It's like all over the place where nothing just flows from one track to another. There's just some points where I think, well, maybe this track could have moved here or there, stuff like that. Either way, I still, to a degree, enjoy every song on this project. The last song I have a slight beef with as well. "Burn Me at the Stake" has a nice beat to it, nice melody. It's also another like rock rap song. A little bit slower though than "Deviancy" or "Bad Juju" or "Devil in the Mosh Pit." It's just more of an easygoing song. Yet she still kind of tries to find a way to go as hard as possible on this track. And I think it actually is a little bit of a detriment in the verses of it. Like, I like the hook, I like the chorus, but I don't necessarily think that she needed to be as aggressive as she is at points in this track. But it's not that much of a big of a deal, honestly. It doesn't completely tear the song apart or anything. I just think it was personally unneeded. So there's that. But yeah, I honestly don't have much else to say because there's only 8 tracks on this. Nothing like too long or anything. It's about 21-minute long EP slash album. I actually haven't figured out what it is yet, to be honest with you. But still, it's 8 tracks. They're all pretty good. It's really just a very solid project. And the thing with it is too is that I do think that Backwash is gonna do better. I think that this is just a start of heading into the right direction. I honestly do see and hear more in her. Honestly, she could really make something purely fantastic in the future. I definitely think that. And she's starting off really good because this is a very solid project. I do like what I hear for the most part on here. You know, besides maybe some tracks just not fitting well, I find myself enjoying this project, and I do find myself listening to this project more than others. So again, I think she can do better. Flow wise, she might have to work on that a little bit. One thing I also would like to point out that I actually respect a lot is that in the artist credits, like if you go on Spotify and you know how it shows the song title and like the artist name under it and then the features right next to it. She actually does that with the producers that actually make the beats for her songs. And I do respect that a lot actually, that she actually would do that. Because you don't see that really. You just usually see the featured, like if she has like a guest artist on with her or stuff like that. And I guess for like producers that don't have like their name called in a track, like Kenny Beats will have the "Whoa Kenny" thing in there, or like Ryan J, "Please Turn Me Up," call sign he puts in there, or like "Oh My God Ronnie" or "Taith Keep." Fuck these, I can't say that word up. So you know they just don't have that. So she decides to put their name with the artist title, which I actually like. I think more artists should do that. But yes, Backwash could do better, but I still believe that this is a very solid project, and I'm thinking that she'll gain much more attention with this project as well. Her evil-like style that she does present on most of these songs, I think is very attractive for a lot of people, and I'm going to leave it at that. Backwash Deviancy is a very solid 8 out of 10. I do enjoy this, and I will be listening to this more, and I'll keep my ear out for more music from her. I really don't know what else to say at this point except please, for the love of God, don't sleep on Backwash. Just don't do it. This is like the third time I've said it. You just don't sleep on her. Please give her a shot. If you're into something that's a little bit darker than usual. So there you go. Anyways, that's it for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Talk about it in the comments. If you have listened to this, did you love it or did you not like it at all? Do you think Backwash could really release something in the future that can amaze, or do you think maybe this is actually her top point, and maybe she won't get any better or progress even more? I personally disagree with that. I think she will progress more, but we could definitely have a discussion in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. For my next review, that'll be to be determined. Actually, I haven't really looked much. After this video is released, which I believe today is the 17th, it's a Tuesday of July 2019, I'll be taking a couple of days of a break because I have company coming up and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit before you hear from me, but I will be listening to music. I'll be talking about it too when I get the chance. Thank you so much for watching again, and everybody please have a nice day.